like, my synopsis would be, like, reclusive lesbian hermit,
True.
Alice, gets
True.
stuck with a child, uh, in
And-
this sad World War II story that ends okay, you know? Like,
that ends with a beautiful,
ends
like,
beautifully,
notebook
yeah.
style love story.
I feel like it just is like it like makes this whole movie, and I think it's a movie that I love because it's like raw and real and like sad, and I feel like it's just like flowery flowers, and I'm like, I don't like
Yes,
that,
this movie is not
actually.
flowers and sunshine and rainbows. It's pretty
No,
intense.
it's not at
Yeah.
all. So with that being said, should we walk through the
Let's
rough
walk through.
plot
Yes,
of
let's walk
this
through.
story, and I'll try to get us through. I'm gonna
As
try
you
to get us
always
through
do.
this, as I do. I honestly feel like this one's gonna be easier because I feel like plot-wise it's a little less busy,
It's
right?
very straightforward plot-wise. There's
It's a
just
little
like
less
lot
busy.
of
It's a
like
lot of just emotions we're gonna
character
need to unpack.
development,
Yeah.
like relationship building.
Yes.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. So the movie kicks off. We start actually in the present. We have this like brief moment in the present where we see Alice in the whatever modern present day is, aged
Well,
Alice.
modern present day is 1975, but either way, yes.
Whatever. In the more
1970,
modern
what
old Alice, aged
Old Alice, yeah.
old Alice, sitting at her typewriter, and then we like immediately flash back to younger Alice, who is Gemma Arterton, who is, she's living alone. She's got a mailbox full of sand and sticks and twigs and bones and rocks and whatever else the fucking village kids decide to toss in there.
She is
And
the village witch.
yes, she's the village witch, and she's like chasing after them, like, I don't know, like chucking cigarettes at them or like whatever the fuck. She's clearly a beloved institution of this village.
Everyone loves her, yeah.
She's a hoot and a half, man.
She also quite literally steals chocolate from a baby in the
Oh my
first
God,
like
yes.
10 minutes as we're like developing her character.
She's very clearly immediately established to be like
mean,
just
isolated,
yeah,
loner.
she's the town hermit.
The town lesbian
right?
hermit, like you said, yeah.
She is the town lesbian hermit who, is like, oh, is there rationing going on? And your daughter wants chocolate and she's so sad because you don't have any. And she's like, I'll buy this. And everybody, like every natural human person is like, oh, how nice of you to buy that for that little girl. And she's like, fucking yoink, gonna eat it with my cigarettes while I sit by myself on my cliffside. So yelling at kids.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Yeah, she's great. Sweet. Which is why it is all the more perfect when someone from town shows up to be like, you're getting a child. And she's like,
here's a baby. Well, not a baby. Here's a teenage boy. Here's a 12-year-old boy.
This woman shows up and is like, you had a baby, it's a boy.
And it's fully grown.
I feel like that is a deep cut reference that like every one of our listeners under age 30 is going to be like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh my God, really? Okay.
Way deep cut.
Sorry, we're going to have to take a quick detour. Do you remember there used to be this commercial, and it was a commercial about like avoiding having to make like collect calls? And so they would try to avoid having to make collect calls by just like when they ask you for your name in a collect call, you would try to put all of the information into the space where you can say your name. And so they'd be like, it would be like someone answering the phone and they'd be like, you have a collect call from We Had a Baby Eats a Boy. And
nothing.
And then they would be like, do you want to accept the charges? And they're like, nope. No. And then they hang up and he's like, and his wife is like, oh, who was that? And he's like, oh, it was John. They had a baby. It's a boy. Anyways, stupid old commercial from like 20 years ago.
From when collect calls were happening.
So, yeah, so this woman shows up and is like, you had a baby, it's a boy. I'm very funny and therefore everyone appreciated that.
If you appreciated that, please let Leigh know.
Please, someone email us and be like, I remember this. I'm also old.
I'm also old and I remember that.
So this woman shows up to be like, "You're getting an evacuee, hooray!" And Alice is immediately like, "I am far too gay for this. Like,
I'm
I
far too
cannot
gay, I'm
have
far too
a
mean, I do not want
right."
a child.
It's not even too mean. I feel like she's literally just like, "Do you not see that I am a lesbian and therefore should not have this boy dumped on me?" Like, she's
Like,
like, "I live
yes,
out here on my lesbian cliff, like
yes.
where nobody should come and see me because I am just here in my gay solitude. Leave me
Alone.
be."
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? Like that's her vibe. Her vibe
That
is
is her
like,
vibe.
I'm too gay for a normal life. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm too
can't.
gay for this boy,
I'm too gay.
I'm too gay for this teenage boy. That sounds
Can we
weird and
make
I
a
didn't mean it like
remix
that.
of like, "I'm too sexy for my shirt," but it's just gonna be Alice being too
But just
gay for
Alice.
everything. Alice is
I'm
gonna be like, "I'm too gay for cooking food, too gay to raise a child."
so true.
She does,
So
like, what
gay,
does this
it's
woman
wild.
eat? Like, she literally lives on like a fucking raw potato and a cigarette. Like,
I mean, I think the cigarettes stereotypically like curb your appetite, right? So I think she just smokes and is never hungry.
how is she
Or
alive though?
she's a
Like,
witch.
that's what I want to know. She
Alternatively,
literally, Frank,
she is
what does she
truly a
give
witch.
Frank the first night he
A
stays with her?
potato, yeah, a potato,
One
an egg,
egg, like
and
a raw egg.
a piece of meat, and she was like, "Oh, you thought I was gonna cook it for you? No.
She's like, "Here's a chicken breast, here's a raw potato, here's an egg. Go nuts, kid."
Go wild. You
She's
could do
just
it."
so, it's just women have that motherly instinct, you know? Like,
Oh yeah. To be fair, okay, this this is not okay. Lesbians, the great thing about being lesbians is like you get to choose when you want to have a baby. So like girl just got a child thrown upon her.
yeah.
And she's so of course she's not going to be like, "Yes, let me take care of this baby. Let me I keep saying baby like this is a fully grown like
Yeah,
teenager.
how old is this kid? He's
I feel like
like
he's
10,
11.
11,
Like
something like
yeah,
that.
like he's like 11.
Okay.
But like I feel her. She didn't want that kid, and this kid just showed up at her doorstep. She doesn't need that
And
kid.
she proceeds to be the worst.
Yes, because and she's like, "Okay, it's going to be a week. I basically have a week with you and like after the week, you're done. Goodbye.
Yeah. Like,
You
we're
can
gonna
go."
find a new family to ship you off
Mhm.
to so that I don't have to be bothered dropping a potato on a plate once a day for the rest of my
She's
life,
a
right?
writer, Leigh. She is writing her novels.
So true. So
Right?
true.
She has things to do.